It's 7 p.m. here in Salzburg. I welcome you to the Kellerbier beer tasting today. I don't know what time it is at your place right now, but it's definitely time for beer. So it's the 6th of December. This is a very special day here in Austria and Germany because today is the day of Saint Nicholas. And as a matter of fact, he's here.
Hello.
Hello, Nikolaus.
Hello.
How are you doing?
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What are you up to today?
Oh, this is a traditional day in Austria. I think also in Germany. It's it's Santa Claus in America, I think. So, and yes, and this is a day for present for children. For they have to. I know the name. Teilen.
So you share your gifts?
Yeah, yes, it's true.
This is good.
Yes.
I think that's why you're here today. Because would you share a little gift?
Yes.
And do me the favor and take out the beer of
Yes.
today's beer. Okay, I'm going to get your microphone.
Thanks. I give you first one present.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Yes.
It's no beer.
Nope. Oh.
Can you manage it with your gloves?
I hope.
We are lucky today because yesterday here was the Krampus was here. Actually, they're here right now. Okay, may I help you? Swoop. It's not that.
Oh, thanks.
What do we have?
The Zwickl Kellerbier from Herrnbräu.
Nice. Do you know anything about this beer?
Nothing.
So I think we need somebody who knows.
Yes, I think we need the brewmaster.
Brewer would be good, right?
Okay, where is?
If the Krampus didn't catch him, so maybe he's still here. So
Okay.
would you do me the favor and
yes.
just look after him?
Okay, I give you the
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
This.
I put it over here.
Okay, thanks. Felix, go on.
Hello, Felix.
Hi.
Come here. Hi. Thank you, Nikolaus. Take a seat, please.
Oh. So, sorry. Hey guys. A little present for you, Felix.
Oh, thank you
I
so
hope.
much.
I hope you have a good beer for me.
Of course.
Okay.
Otherwise, you send Krampus or what?
Oh yes, then come the Krampus inside.
Okay. So before they take you away, please tell us, Felix, where you're from and what you do over there.
My name is Felix. I'm from the brewery Herrnbräu in Ingolstadt, and there I have to do the quality control, and I work in the laboratory. So we check if the beer is okay, if the alcohol is good, the color is what we want. So that's my job there.
That's a nice job, and you're not alone over there. You brought your colleague, and he's doing the Claudio today. It's a good idea because his name is also Klaus, so we can imagine it. Hi, Klaus.
Hello, Klaus.
Hi, Klaus.
Hi, Felix.
Klaus, you're doing you're sales manager at Herrnbräu, right? Yes. And today you are our direct line to the audience in overseas. And please, if there are any questions from the audience, just connect us. We will answer it. Okay. But first of all, I think we need a beer.
It's a good idea.
Can't disagree with Nikolaus. Sounds nice. Some foam for you.
Thanks.
Fits well with your beard.
It's good.
Of course, our guest.
Thank you.
And
You have a nice color.
I heard Claudio is also already.
Good idea, Claudio.
I can pour in a little more yeast.
Thanks.
So, yeah, right. Before we drink, maybe tell us what kind of beer is it and why does it look a little hazy?
That's because it's Zwickl Kellerbier. So that means in this beer you still get the yeast. It's a beer that's non-filtrated. So you also get the flavors of the yeast in it. And it's called Zwickl Kellerbier because when I'm doing a test of the beer, I have to go to the tanks and take a little bit of it. And that's called Zwickeln. And that's why we call it a Zwickl Kellerbier.
And how often do you do it per hour?
One time, maybe.
Okay.
But then I think I wouldn't be able to do my job as good.
So the foam stands very stable and yeah, creamy. I think it would survive first sip. So cheers to everybody. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to you, and of course,
Cheers.
cheers to you guys.
Cheers.
Need any help?
No.
Very refreshing, but we saw your face. You got another beard under your beard.
It's good.
It's very good.
It's very good.
I like the smell because you talked about the yeast in this,
Yes.
and you get this nice yeast flavor, like bready, or if you make pizza dough at home, it most of the times smells like this.
Yeah, of course.
I take another one, and just in case you are from Texas, you didn't find this beer in your calendar, you probably found this one. So this is especially for Texas, special idea. Also from Herrnbräu, it's the tradition. It's a fest beer,
Yeah, of course.
a little stronger, probably not that hazy.
Not that hazy because it's filtrated, but it has a little bit more alcohol and it's a little bit more sweet in the taste. So you want to drink a lot of it. And I think that's what is when you go to like Oktoberfest or something like this. That's what you want.
You want a big stein or a mass?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. So your brewery is it's situated in a very special place, especially traditionally, historically for German beer drinkers and probably for beer drinkers all around the world. Because where are you from?
Ingolstadt, and that's the city where the Purity Law was announced in 1516 on the 23rd of April.
What does that mean?
That means that you have only 4 ingredients that you can use for beer. So it's water, hops, yeast, and malt. And nothing else can be in the beer.
And that's all you need to make such a fantastic beer.
All you need to make a good beer.
So to all the audience out there, maybe you got any questions about the purity law, about brewing in Germany? What's the difference? Maybe just go to the chat. Our Claudio is already a little busy by drinking and
every time.
take your time. But please also answer the questions from the audience. So now that it gets a little warmer, beer gets more flavor comes out. I think it's a nice malty and grainy feel, smell, and mouthfeel. I like the mouthfeel. It's very creamy and
For this beer we use Pilsner malt. and a little bit of dark malt. So
Okay.
it's slightly darker, but not much. So as you may see, it's slightly darker than a normal lager beer.
It gives it a nice malt profile. Pilsner malt you would use for Pils beer. And it gets very light, so the dark malt. And the yeast, of course, gives
Yeah,
it
of course.
a little more color and a little more body, probably.
Yeah.
So when we talk about the purity law, maybe not everybody knows about it or knew about it before, but we got a little movie, and you will probably know everything after the movie. Right back.
What does the purity law mean? Why had beer become a lost cause? And what does beer have to do with bread? But first things first, the history of pure beer started in 1516. Beer was considered to be a staple food at the time. However, savoring it did not come without risk, as all sorts of stuff had been used for making beer, such as poisonous and intoxicating plants like fungi or belladonna. Monks and nuns who relished beer preferred to use hops instead. It gave their beer a pleasant bitter taste and made it last longer. Monks and nuns were expert brewers for a very good reason. During the 40 days of Lenten season, they were not allowed to eat. However, drinking beer was permitted. Hence, beer was also referred to as liquid bread. The Bavarian Duke William IV took a great liking in pure beer. The regent wanted to protect himself and his citizens from adulterated beer and dangerous ingredients. He wanted to ensure that everyone has access to safe beer, so he issued the purity law. The law stipulated, "Thou shalt use no other piece than barley, hops, and water for making beer." This recipe for high-quality beer began to spread all over Germany and eventually the entire world. But a beer enthusiast might ask the legitimate question, why yeast was not mentioned? Back then, they simply did not know about the important role
So
of yeast
now you know
for the brewing
everything
process.
about the purity law, and we already got questions. Is that right, Claudio?
I have a question for you. Is there a special celebration on April 23rd in Ingolstadt?
Yes, there is a big fest where everybody comes together. And for this day, we also make a special beer. And that was in this calendar also a few years ago. If you
You got it
didn't
here.
have, yeah, we got it here. It's our jubileum suit for 500 years of the purity law.
Nice. We should drink this later. And
So-
probably one or two others too. Just keep it on the table. And as more questions?
We have one question for the malt. Which malts are used in the Kellerbier, Zwickl Kellerbier?
So I already told, but I can say it another time. So mostly Pilsner malt and a little bit of the darker malt.
But we go on with the ingredients and which hops do you use?
We have the Hallertauer Perle. It's a aroma hop, but a slightly bitter aroma hop. So it replaces the bitter hop, and then at the end we also give Hallertauer Mandarina Bavaria. This gives it a little bit of a fruity taste and a fruity note if you only smell it.
Nice flavor hop. So you Americans are not the only ones who use flavor hops. Even for a nice Zwickl, it can be used and gives it a slightly fruity note and the perfect fit for the whole drinking experience, I think. So what is your brewery known about? So which beers? What's your standout beer? What do you like best?
So the brewery is known for wheat beer
Okay.
because that's the brewery was a traditional wheat beer brewery, and we do it with open tank fermentation, so the complete traditional way, and then the end of the fermentation is in the bottle, so it's bottle fermented, and that's the classic way to do a wheat beer, and not a lot of breweries do that.
That's right. Nice taste. And Claudio told me a little a little secret, because it's Christmas, almost Christmas. We got Nikolaus here. We got a little special.
Yeah, of course. The Weihnachtsbier. It's Christmas. Or Birra di Natale
For the Italians out there.
And this is our seasonal beer for the winter. And it's a slightly stronger beer. We got 6% of alcohol. It's slightly darker than a normal lager beer and a little bit heavier and sweeter. So good drinkability.
Good to go. My glass is already empty.
So if you want, you can try it.
Of course we do. And while we try to manage to open the bottle and you guys drink your beer, just tell us where you're from in the States. We want to know exactly where you enjoy your beer, maybe when. Is it breakfast time at your place or already lunch? Then of course it's time for another beer. And I see those guys need a little more time, so we take a look at how Felix is working at the brewery and how the brewery looks like.
So we are here at the Herrnbräu Brewery in Ingolstadt, where the German Reinheitsgebot was pronounced in 1516. So here you can see the tanks where the yeast produces the alcohol from the malt sugars. So now we are sitting in the production halls of Herrnbräu, and behind me you can see these huge tanks, and in there is our Herrnbräu Zwickl Kellerbier. And now we're going to have a taste of our beautiful beer. You can smell a lot of malt and a hint of the hops. Because this beer is not filtrated, you can also taste the flavor of the yeast. Here at the Lager Keller, our beer stays about 4 weeks at very low degrees. The beer is great, have fun. Cheers.
Hello, we're back again, and there are some signs over from Claudio. I guess that means more questions from the audience?
Not as a question from the Weihnachtsbier. Have you one Weihnachtsbier for me?
Nikolaus, would you do us the favor and bring him a Weihnachtsbier?
Good Weihnachtsbier.
So. We can't say no when Claudio is asking. So meanwhile, I saw some questions. Maybe a little request for Kalea. Next year they want some Christmas beers in the calendar. And more questions. Someone, Glenn from Virginia, is having it at lunch. He's waiting to taste it for dinner. That's a good idea. It would fit perfectly for a nice, this beer and the Zwickl for pizza. I like Zwickl a lot with pizza and bready stuff.
Yeah, of course.
What would you, in Ingolstadt, when you got your fest, for example, what do people eat?
With German Bavarian, classical German or Bavarian food, like a lot of meat, and sausages.
Schweinshaxen.
Schweinsbraten, like this. Or Brathändel.
That would be nice, yeah? Chicken, roasted chicken. Very good, very good. Mm-hmm. Any more questions?
Yes, is a question from people if you can visit the brewery. Yes, is it possible? You can book a brewery visit termin. Then you can come and see the brewery.
And they write you and you show them around. So just write Claudio, or in real life he's Klaus. Maybe you get to him under the name of Klaus. Very good. So I had one last question. Which was it? I slept on it.
Just drank too much beer already.
Yeah, I already had too much beer because the beer is great and it's for 6% very drinkable. And very important, if you like it too, take out your cell phone, go to the app, to the BeerTasting app, and vote for it. Make it number one if you like, and of course, type it in. That's the most important thing, because you should remember tomorrow too how much you liked it. That's very important. So I think, Nikolaus, any more questions from you?
No, I like this. This is very good, and I have a lot of fun with this beer later.
I'm very happy that your stick didn't fall down, but I think that's some kind of magic.
It's magic. It's magic.
So then, thanks for joining in again. Join in tomorrow. Our time, it's 7 p.m. You know when you have to join in. Felix has some work to do because our wall of taste needs another shield.
A little present for the wall. So
Go on, do your job. We say bye. Cheers.
Bye.
See you. Yay!